Hi everyone, my name is Matthew Moser. I'm a software engineer over here at Itemus, and today I'm going to be demonstrating how you can set up a dynamic library of Tara elements. So what this means is that you'd be able to make a single change in one aspect of your Tara model and have it propagate amongst every single Tara project that is using that particular model. This is a bit different to one of our previous videos where I showed what is essentially a static library, and I prepared a little bit of a visual to demonstrate the differences. So let me go ahead and pull that up. So in the previous video, we created what was called a static library, where we had a ISO solution. We made our changes to it, exported that to an XAMPP file, which would be able to function as a baseline for other Tara projects. When we did this, it was quite helpful because we were able to reuse all of the work that we did on this original Tara solution and then apply it to every other project where we felt it would be applicable. Now, one of the big downsides of this approach is that it is a static source of information. So if I make changes to the ISO solution within Tara Project 2 here, for instance, those changes will not propagate to the original solution, nor will they propagate to Tara Project 1, which, depending on your use case, that may or may not be a helpful thing. It's not helpful when I want to make sure that I have 80 plus Tara projects all using the exact same ISO solution and make very simple, quick updates to every single one. But if I'm working on 80 different Tara projects and they're all going to have a bit of a different rule set, a bit of a different threat catalog, etc., it would be more helpful to use a static. What I'm going to be showing today is this dynamic approach where we can have all of these ISO solutions, and this could be done with any aspect of your Tara project. It could be done with your item definition. It could be done with your actual Tara itself. It's really more so just making sure that we have every single solution together, linked to one another, and then we'll be able to make mass updates to all of our projects that are using these same bases. So as we see in this image, we have a ISO solution that's being fed into two different Tara projects. But if I decide to make changes to an ISO solution in, say, Tara Project 2, those changes will then propagate to the original ISO solution. And then they will also propagate over to Tara Project 1, even though I've made the change in this particular instance. And then, of course, if I was working in Tara Project 1, it would go to the original solution and then to Tara Project 2. Or if I made a change to the original, it would go to both of the existing Tara projects. So let's go ahead and jump into the tool and we can see what this process is going to look like. Here I have a model that is just a ISO solution. I got rid of the initial project solution just because it wouldn't be necessary for this. And I want to go ahead and make a couple of changes that I want to have in other Tara projects. So I'm going to go ahead and within our impact model, I have authenticity. I'm going to add another one, R, and this is going to be repudiation. And we'll make this RE just so that is unique. Yeah, that is unique. Perfect. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and force save all. I tend to do this just to make sure that all my changes are updated in the current model before I move on to another project. And then we'll go ahead and create another one. So I'll go to File, New Project. I can decide where I want this project to be stored. In this case, I would like it to be here, and I'll create a folder for this project. This will be dynamic example 1. Go ahead and select that, and I'll go ahead and give this a name, dynamic example 1. Now you'll see here within the more settings section, I've gone ahead and I've selected no origin for my method configuration and catalog. That's because I'm going to be importing, or well, not importing, that's the incorrect term. I'll be linking this particular ISO 21434 solution into this project, and I'll be able to use it directly. So I don't really need to have this default method, predefined method configuration and catalog like you would here. I'll just select none. We'll go ahead and get this open. I'm going to open up in this window just because MPS, when you have multiple windows up, the dynamic language kind of treats everything as if it's in its same pool. Essentially treats all of your variables and just any instance of memory within the same soup, as we like to call it. So it's generally best practice to keep only one open at a time. But here, we're in the new project. We can see that we have our basic assistance, checklists, etc., but we don't have our catalog and method configuration. Now, in order to bring in the ISO 21434 that we made some modifications to, I'm going to right-click the blue Dynamic Example 1 project header here, and then open up the project modules. Here, I'm going to be able to see what modules I have within my project, and in this case, I only have the one being the Dynamic Example Tara. I'm going to select this plus button to add, and then I'm going to go and find my ISO solution. In this case, it was within this particular section. Then I could go ahead, open the ISO 21434 solution, and then I'm going to select this ISO 21434.msd. I'll select OK. That's in my project exactly how I want it. And then I'll select OK once more. And now we could see that the ISO solution is within our project. We could even go ahead and open up our impact model, and we could see that, yes, we have all 5 security properties here. We will need to go ahead and still do a bit more work, because if I go ahead and check this particular solution, we'll see that we have an issue. Well, the issue is 255 missing elements because I added more security properties to the model. That's something we can ignore for the moment, but checking the full project, that should throw up another issue. Yes, we don't have a terminology profile, and that's because when we create a project, that's found within our method configuration, and because this wasn't here initially, this solution is telling me, hey, I don't know where this information is. You're telling me this exists, but I can't seem to find it. So we're going to right-click our Dynamic Example 1 Tara project and go over to Model Properties. We'll be able to see the dependencies, and in this case we have none because it wasn't looking for anything. It didn't have any when we initially created the project, but I can go ahead and add them. So in this case, catalog first comes up. I'll go ahead and select that, and then I'll go ahead and type in method configuration because those are the 2 actual folders with content that I want. We can see here that they're showing in red. That's perfectly fine, but we could go ahead and select apply. Those will change from a red to a gray. And I'll add a couple things to these sections just so that it stops throwing an error for that particular reason. We'll go ahead and check our project, and perfect. No errors. We are now using the new impact model within our system. It's been brought over and linked perfectly good. We can now continue the Tara as we would like to, but I could also make changes to this particular section. So using the impact model, I can go ahead and let's actually remove repudiation and authenticity. Let's go ahead and check the project just to see what errors are being thrown. These are related over to the security property matrix. That's okay. Let's double check our assistants and make sure that those are working as intended. Perfect. Check the project one more time. And then can you take me over to that particular instance? I don't think they're breaking channel CIA. That's fine. It's fine for the sake of demo. So I made the changes here. I'm going to go ahead and do a force save all once again. And now we can actually go and check the other ISO solution and make sure that those changes are there. So I'll open my recent, open up the ISO solution, go to that window. And then here we are within our impact model for that solution. I can go ahead and close it and reopen it just to demonstrate. But confidentiality, integrity, and availability are the only ones that we have. So these 2 ISO solutions are now basically within 2 Tara projects and are treated the same, and will even remember changes that you make in one Tara project because it's all linked back to the same file. So this is a really helpful thing that you can do, and you can do this with other aspects of your Tara project as well. So if you're looking to have that sort of dynamic reuse, this is something that is a very, very powerful feature of the tool. So that'll about cover everything for today. If you have any questions or are looking for a new type of video, feel free to leave a comment and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye.